Welcome back to another episode of The Urban Builder. Today we're back out here at the Lakefront House. Going to check in on all the progress that's being made. The last time we filmed, we had just some of the framing going up. We walked through a few videos when we were just getting started. So today we want to show you guys all the progress that's taking place. Today we have all the contractors here working. We got the plumbers here. We got the electricians are here. The HVAC crew is here. And we got my framers are here installing the windows. So we're gonna take you through a tour to catch you up on what's been going on since the last time we talked to you. You guys can see all the progress and see how this project is really coming along. Follow me. Rule number one, workplace safety. As hard as it may be at sometimes, we try to keep the job site as clean as possible. We had some crates that was shipped in with our windows. We got one of my guys, he's been breaking them down. Got the big dumpster here, they can throw them in the dumpster. But we try to keep the job site as clean as possible, considering there are other neighbors living in the neighborhood. We don't want debris blowing and landing on their property. Eliminates any complaints, any upset neighbors. One of my windows, special order, triple pane glass window. So when I say triple pane, it's 3 pieces of glass fused together. It's a very heavy window. This window is 16 feet tall, 16-foot window. And as you see, as I stand next to it, it's a little over 5 feet wide, 16 feet tall. It's a very big window. We're gonna be installing this with a crane. So we'll bring you back on that episode. We'll have a crane come in to lift this window, set it in place. We actually have another one of those windows, 16 foot tall, laying down right here in the garage. So we have a crane that'll be installing those 2 windows. Impossible to lift, impossible. We're standing in the family room now. Get a good view of the lake. Family room, you got the lake right there. I call this the wall of windows. We got the top windows kind of boarded up because at the time it was very windy out here and the wind was just crashing through this whole wall. It was just kind of making it a little difficult for the guys to work. So we board up the top windows. But all that'll be coming down today. We call this the whole wall of windows. It actually has 12 windows in this one wall, the whole wall of windows. And as you see, we got the windows actually ready to go to be installed. We got them lined up right where they need to be, so they can just grab them, start popping them in place. Right now, I got my framers out. They're doing an extra layer of house wrap. We're putting, which you might not see this too often, but we call them, it's called a Sure Seal. And we use these to make sure we got a solid 90-degree corner. Sometimes, you got wood framing, stuff gets chipped. We want to try to make sure there's no water penetrating into the house. So we put these Sure Seals in all around the window sill. It's all 4 corners. And then we got window tape, which I don't know where it's at, but it's around here somewhere. We got rolls of window tape that you want to use, and it gives you kind of a watertight seal. So that goes around the edge of the window. We install these windows, and actually what we have, typically we normally use what they call new construction windows. You have a window, has a nail and fin, go all the way around it, you put it in, and then you tape that nail and fin. These are European style windows, so these are without the nail and fin. So we end up having to do is put an extra layer of window seal tape at the bottom of the window and flap it down to the house and go all the way around like that. And that allows any rain that comes down and washes down, it doesn't flow up under the window because we don't have a nail and fin to seal that window in. So you'll see that kind of on one of the other episodes when they get the windows installed. And I can kind of show you detail by detail what that looks like. But right now we're gonna walk down here to my electricians. They're over here finishing up rough end wiring. just want to know, you name your company.
We're Green Integrated Services out of Solon, Ohio. It's a regular electrical company, I guess. We do a little bit of everything. We do security alarms, fire alarms, cameras, you name it, punch downs.
I do want to say these guys have been here, this is what, day 6? And they're pretty much almost done with the rough end wiring of this whole house. So the most important thing with trades, when you're building a house, you want your contractors to get in and get out. So the next lead can come right behind us. One contractor stays too long, he just pushes the whole project back. Get in and get out. You guys are phenomenal. They've been here 6 days. They're pretty much almost done with the rough end, and we'll be ready for inspections, installation, and drywall.
By Monday.
By Monday?
Maybe.
By Monday. So doing electrical work, like what's the most important thing that you would think of when you're wiring up a rough end?
Well, it's a few things actually. Like, for instance, you want to make sure that you're not too close to the edge of the studs when you drill wires.
Okay.
If there's any point where your wires are close to the edge, then you need to make sure you put in plenty of nail plates. And make sure you follow the code. The code is the main thing. It's like our Bible.
Okay.
As long as we stick to what that book says, we'll always be right.
There's no rework. Follow the code, there's no rework.
I always tell my customers, with any good news, you won't see me again. Once I'm done,
we're out of here.
I'm gone.
All right, I won't hold you up. I appreciate it. Just want to stop you for a minute, get a quick introduction, explain some of the important things. Like you said, follow the code. Follow the code, there's no rework.
Follow the code and follow the print.
Follow the print.
And that's another thing. I always, on a house like this, I always get with the homeowner and walk through it first.
Okay.
Because I guarantee you through experience, whatever's on the print, something's gonna be different.
Right.
And you need to know what it is before you start.
And then that is important. We went through a few changes with this project itself. But as you said, get with the homeowner. You have the print, but things change as the project goes on. We call them change orders. But they always happen. They always happen, common thing. But I appreciate your time.
No problem.
Appreciate your work.
No problem.
We're gonna move on, catch our plumbers. They're in the basement. All right, so now we've come down to the basement. We got the plumbers down here, so we just kind of want to touch on what's going on in the basement for as far as the plumbing. So what we have here, we have a downstairs bedroom space. This is a full bath for the downstairs bedroom space. Now, what we ended up having to do in the beginning was, because this basement sits on 3 different levels, we had to get a grinder pump to service this basement bathroom area. Typically and always, all your plumbing runs underground. The drains run underground, but to get the drains for this bathroom all the way to the other side of the basement was almost impossible with enough fall. So what we do, we get it from here to this grinder pump, which we have over here in the corner. So if you zoom in right there, that's our grinder pump. So the drains for the bathroom will come to this grinder pump, will shoot up into this drain right here, and it'll drop down to the floor drain, which is where it exits over that way. I'll take you over that way in a minute. I just want to show you what we got going on here first. So as I was explaining, typically all your plumbing is underground. You have certain situations where you don't have enough fall, and to get your plumbing to the ground exit, you got what we call high wall plumbing. So coming here, you can see all our plumbing over there is going through the joist, and it ties in to this drain pipe right here. So we had this 3-inch pipe, and this is, all of our drains are tying into this. And this is what we call high wall plumbing because it's at the top of the wall. And as it's at the top of the wall, it just starts to drop down. So we had to do this like this because our floor joists are running side to side. So we can't drill through this floor joist. If they were running from front to back, then you would just hop up into the joist and take it all the way through. But since they're running the opposite direction, we had to come under the joist, which creates a high wall plumbing situation. So To create the fall, if you notice at the end, the pipe starts up a little higher and it just drops as we come down, and it ties in, feeds right here. And we have a wall of drains. Where everything's tying into here, tied to our outsource down there. We have what's called, this is our vent pipe. All plumbing needs a vent pipe. The vent pipe allows the water to go down, the air to go up. And the vent pipe ties in out of the roof. So water comes down, air comes up. Have you ever heard like that gurgling sound in your drains, or your drains aren't draining properly? A lot of times there's not a vent pipe, or it might be obstructed. Sometimes birds have nests on top of them on the roofs, whatever. But it's not allowing that air to get out of the line, so it's trapped in the line. You get that gurgling sound. The water's having a hard time draining because water goes down, air goes up. This is our main sanitary, runs out to the street, right there. We have a clean out cap right here. If you ever need to snake it, gets clogged up, clean out there. We have another clean out right here, which can be used for clean out, or it might be a floor drain. We have 2 HVAC systems going in this house. So you have a drain out the high energy efficiency. But we'll talk with the plumbers for a quick second to just get some professional advice on installing drains. We got OJ Mechanical, top guys over here. Got a quick question. So when we're doing drains, what's the most important thing when you're setting drains?
Ventilation.
The ventilation?
Yeah. That's important.
And what does the ventilation do? Air goes up?
Yeah, so it helps to drain better. You know, without ventilation, it won't drain, you know, and you have problems. So with the ventilation, you know, everything has to be vented. But now we do a wet vent, which we can vent a few things.
Okay.
You know, do a shower,
Right.
a toilet, and sink together. But yeah, it's really important to have the vent.
So how many vents do you need? Can you do 2 bathrooms on 1 vent?
Yeah, you can do 2, but it has to be a 2-inch vent. You can
Okay,
do 2 toilets, 2 sinks, and 2 showers.
Okay. And then when we're creating fall, we know when you get underground, the pipe has to fall so many inches per foot.
An eighth per foot.
An eighth per foot.
Yeah,
Okay.
it depends too, you know, 4-inch and 3-inch. And an inch and a half, we can do more. We can do a quarter.
Okay. So thank you for tuning in to the Urban Builder. So just a quick recap. You know, we just kind of walked you through with the electricians we're doing right now for finishing up the rough end electrical. We had the plumbers in the basement finishing up the rough end plumbing. The HVAC guy was dropping off material. So technically we hope to have our rough end inspections all completed by next week, next Monday. It's so important to keep a job on schedule. Keep the job on schedule, everything runs smoothly. You're always gonna have some variables or things that take place, but the most important thing is to try to keep that job always on schedule. So we want y'all, if you like this content, hit the like button, subscribe. Please stay tuned. We have some exciting things coming for you. We have a big, large development that's taking place, a multi-unit development, a total of 52 houses, plus some senior living, row house style. So we have a lot of big things coming our way. Stay tuned, catch this exciting new work that we're doing. Appreciate you. I'm Jamal, your host, the Urban Builder.
Okay, I think we good. Let me know when you're ready.
Okay.
Countdown.
Countdown.